The story begins with a girl named Lira, who is a half-elf. One night, she accidentally spends the night with Prince Elif, only to later discover that she is pregnant with his three children. The news comes as a huge shock because Lira knows that the royal family would never accept a half-elf. But before we see how things unfold, the story takes us back 2 months earlier. Lira is bathing in a lake when Prince Elif suddenly arrives. The moment he sees her, he becomes captivated by her. However, under the influence of magic, Lyra appears to him as a deer, so he accidentally shoots an arrow at her. Realizing his mistake, Elif immediately rescues her. As a result, a beautiful magical mark appears on Lyra's body. The moment Elif sees it, he realizes that she is his true love. That night, the two become intimate.
Perfectly composed.
The next morning, when Lyra wakes up, she makes it very clear that whatever happened between them was simply an accident, and that from now on, they should go back to being strangers. But Elif doesn't want to let her walk away because he believes she is his true love. He gives her a bag filled with diamonds, which makes Lyra happy because she desperately needs money for her grandfather's treatment. However, Elif completely misunderstands her reaction. He assumes she is interested in the diamonds and offers her a deal. Whenever she becomes intimate with him, he will give her more diamonds. Furious by his assumption, Lyra walks away. Later, Lyra buys medicine for her grandfather and goes to see him. But her grandfather notices a love bite mark on her back and becomes extremely angry. Before he can confront her, Queen Elif arrives. She is incredibly sweet and kind, and she takes Lyra aside before covering the mark for her. Lyra immediately feels that the queen is a genuinely caring person. We then discover that the queen is none other than Prince Elif's mother. Elif secretly watches the two women together and tries to overhear their conversation. When the queen notices Lyra's mark, she asks whether she has a boyfriend. Lyra becomes nervous, thinking that if she tells the queen she spent the night with a random elf, she will be judged as a bad girl. So, to avoid embarrassment, she lies and says that she has a human boyfriend. Unfortunately, Prince Elif hears everything and completely misunderstands the situation.
Pa's getting worse. The healing.
Later, we see Lyra working at a bar in an extremely revealing costume while serving drinks to the customers. Suddenly, several powerful creatures begin harassing her and even start tearing at her clothes. Lyra becomes terrified because she knows she is completely powerless against them. Just then, Prince Elif arrives. The moment the creatures realize that Lyra belongs to Prince Elif, they immediately flee.
He's the elf.
Elif carries Lyra to his cart, where a magical unicorn-like horse named Alpheus is waiting. Once inside the cart, Elif uses his magic to heal all of Lyra's wounds. He then asks her if she really has a boyfriend. This time, Lyra finally tells him the truth, admitting that she only told the queen about a human boyfriend because she was embarrassed to reveal what had actually happened. Hearing this, Elif becomes extremely happy. He then tells Lyra that from now on, she doesn't have to work at the bar anymore. Instead, he will give her as many diamonds as she wants, but in return, she must become intimate with him. Lyra agrees to the arrangement, and the two become intimate inside the magical cart as it flies through the air. Afterwards, Elif takes Lyra home and removes his ring, placing it on her finger. He tells her never to take it off. Meanwhile, we meet Cecilia, a girl who has feelings for Prince Elif. Because Elif is her fiancé, she recognizes another woman's scent on him and immediately realizes that someone has been trying to seduce him. In the next scene, Prince Elif goes hunting in the forest, where he spots Lyra sitting nearby. He starts walking toward her, but just then, Lyra's grandfather arrives, forcing Elif to stop. Lyra suddenly feels nauseous, which makes her grandfather suspicious that she might be pregnant. However, Lyra quickly dismisses his suspicion, claiming that she must have eaten some wild fruit which made her feel sick. Her grandfather accepts the explanation but reminds her of one thing she must never forget. No elf would ever accept a half-elf. Later, Lyra receives some incredible news. She has been offered a job at a magical academy. Overjoyed, she starts dancing in celebration. But then Prince Elif notices her and calls her over. He offers her a place in his castle, promising to give her as much money as she wants. However, Lira refuses and tells him that from now on, they should never see each other again. But Lira has no idea that fate has already made a very different plan for them. It is Lyra's first day at the academy, so she is extremely nervous. But just as she arrives, Prince Elif suddenly appears, leaving her completely shocked.
Your Highness, allow us to present our...
She then discovers that she has to give her presentation directly in front of him. Despite her nerves, Lyra delivers the presentation perfectly.
Sensing the direction of magical flow.
Prince Elif is equally impressed, especially after seeing her use magic. However, Lyra suddenly starts feeling nauseous and looks like she is about to vomit. Elif immediately becomes concerned, but Lyra assures him that she is fine and only has a slight stomachache. Deep down, though, Lyra is worried because she cannot understand why she keeps feeling sick. So she visits Queen Elif for a checkup, where she receives shocking news. She is pregnant with triplets. However, Lyra does not want to keep the babies, so the queen respects her decision and schedules an appointment for her. Later, Lyra meets Prince Elif because the two were supposed to go somewhere together. During their conversation, the queen casually tells Elif everything about Lyra's pregnancy. Elif is completely stunned because he had no idea that Lyra was pregnant. When he also learns that she is planning to have an abortion, he immediately rushes to the hospital, determined to save his children. But when Elif arrives, he discovers that Lyra has already changed her mind. She decided to keep the babies and left the hospital without undergoing the procedure. Elif immediately goes to find her, takes her into his magical cart, and brings her shopping. There, he buys Lyra the most expensive dress in the entire store. When she puts it on, she looks absolutely beautiful, almost like a fairy. Elif then tells Lyra that he wants to keep their babies and raises an unexpected question. He wants to marry her. For a half-elf like Lyra, receiving a marriage proposal from a prince is almost unbelievable, so she is completely stunned. However, Elif gives her a choice. He tells her that once the babies are born, she can leave him whenever she wants. In other words, he wants their marriage to be a contract marriage. At first, Lyra refuses, but Elif insists that she will be free to leave after giving birth. He also offers her enough money through the contract to ensure that both she and her grandfather can live comfortably. With that offer, Lyra finally signs the contract papers. However, she has one condition. Their marriage must remain a secret for now.
You're my wife.
Wow.
Elif agrees and takes Lyra to his villa. The place is so beautiful and luxurious that Lyra feels as if she has stepped into a dream. She cannot believe she could ever be this lucky. Elif takes exceptional care of her and even gives her several of his own possessions. He also gives her a bracelet identical to his own. But the next day, Cecilia notices the bracelet on Lyra's wrist and immediately becomes furious. Lyra then discovers that Cecilia is actually Prince Elif's fiancée.
Your mages can't handle it, let alone.
To avoid revealing the truth, Lyra quickly claims that she made the bracelet herself. But Cecilia already wants Lyra out of the academy, so she secretly tells Lyra's master to assign her a dangerous task, hoping that Lyra will fail and be expelled. Lyra tries to complete the task using her magic, but she soon discovers that the object she is dealing with is a black magic map. Her magic is far too weak to control it, and the dark magic suddenly attacks her. Just when Lyra is in serious danger, Prince Elif arrives and saves her. Seeing how protective Elif is of Lyra only makes Cecilia even more furious. Lyra, meanwhile, is secretly happy to see how much Elif cares about her. However, she still believes that he is only doing all of this because of their unborn babies. Then the Star Prince arrives. Lyra once had feelings for him, but after discovering that he was only playing with her emotions, she completely cut off contact with him. Prince Elif immediately becomes jealous when he sees the Star Prince around Lyra. When the Star Prince tries to dance with her, Elif refuses to let it happen. Instead, he publicly takes Lyra's hand and dances with her himself. Seeing this, both the Star Prince and Cecilia become furious. Cecilia becomes determined to get Lyra expelled from the academy no matter what.
A little. What's that supposed to mean?
Following her instructions, Lyra's master assigns her an extremely difficult task. Lyra has to stay awake all night studying because she has been warned that failing the task will result in her expulsion. After studying for so long, Lyra begins experiencing stomach pain and becomes worried about her babies. She immediately goes to Queen Elif for another checkup. The queen assures her that the babies are perfectly healthy and explains that the pain is only because Lyra has not been getting enough rest. The queen then starts criticizing Lyra's supposed boyfriend for not taking better care of her. But just then, Prince Elif walks in. And for the first time, Lyra discovers the shocking truth: Queen Elif is actually Prince Elif's mother. After returning home, Lyra continues studying, and Prince Elif is shocked when he sees all her books. Lyra is only a junior student, yet her competition is against someone who is 3 ranks above her. Elif takes the books away from her and tells her to rest, but Lyra refuses to listen. So Elif tells her that he has another way to help her. He can transfer all of his magic into her. As he moves closer to kiss her, we finally learn the secret behind the mark on Lyra's body. Because of that mark, whenever Lyra becomes intimate with Prince Elif, some of his magic is transferred to her. The next day at the academy, Lyra's master deliberately assigns her an extremely difficult task, hoping she will fail. But Lyra successfully completes it and wins the competition. Prince Elif is extremely proud of her and promotes her by 3 ranks. Her master immediately objects, saying that this promotion goes against the academy's rules. But Elif points out that the master was the one who broke the rules first by making Lyra compete against a student 3 ranks above her. As punishment, he changes the master's position and assigns him to teach primary level students instead of secondary students. After winning the competition, Lyra is extremely happy. But then her friends tell her that Prince Elif and Princess Cecilia have gone somewhere together, making them wonder if something is going on between the two. Lyra's mood instantly changes. Curious about what is really happening, Lyra and her friends secretly follow them. They discover that Elif and Cecilia have gone to a restaurant where Cecilia finally confesses her feelings to him. But Elif clearly rejects her and reveals that he is already married and that his wife is pregnant. Lyra is completely shocked when she overhears this. Their marriage is supposed to be a secret contract, so she never expected Elif to reveal it to anyone. Cecilia storms away in anger, but Elif soon realizes that Lyra has been spying on them. Her friends quickly run away, leaving Lyra behind in complete embarrassment.
Unusually attentive to Lira.
Instead of getting angry, Elif gives her a beautiful bouquet of flowers and explains that it is Elf Love Day. He had actually planned to take her out for dinner, but Cecilia ruined the evening. Lyra tells him that it is fine, and that the flowers alone have made her happy. But just then, their master catches the two of them together. The next day, the master calls Lyra to his office, gives her a beauty potion as an apology, and then asks about the night she spent with Prince Elif. Lyra quickly lies and claims that she is simply Prince Elif's student. She also tells him that Elif has forbidden her from telling anyone about their relationship. The master immediately realizes that he needs to treat Lyra carefully if he wants to avoid Prince Elif's anger. Unfortunately, Cecilia overhears the entire conversation. She now suspects that there is more to Lyra and Elif's relationship than they are admitting. So Cecilia pretends to become Lyra's friend. She gives her a beautiful bag and invites her to her birthday party. When Prince Elif learns about the invitation, he decides that if Lyra is going to the party, he will go too, just to make sure she is safe. At the party, Prince Elif and Lyra arrive together. The moment Lyra sees Cecilia's luxurious villa, she is amazed. She innocently remarks that if she were a princess too, she wouldn't have to work. Her words hurt Elif, and he tells her that she should quit her job. But Lyra reminds him that theirs is only a contract marriage, so she doesn't want to expect too much from him. Elif pulls her closer and tells her that he has never once thought about leaving her. Just as he is about to kiss her, the Star Prince happens to walk past and notices them. However, he cannot see Lyra's face clearly, so he moves closer to get a better look. Elif immediately hides Lyra's face and tells him to leave because his presence is making Elif's wife uncomfortable. Later, Elif and Lyra join the main party together. Cecilia is clearly unhappy to see them, but she pretends to be delighted. Determined to uncover the truth, she deliberately starts a game of truth or dare. A very cute magical owl is brought into the room. The owl has the ability to detect whether someone is telling the truth or lying. The owl approaches Prince Elif first. Cecilia asks him who his wife is. Elif simply smiles and answers that she is a woman. Since he is telling the truth, the owl does nothing. Then the owl moves toward the Star Prince. He is asked what his greatest regret is. He admits that his biggest regret is leaving his girlfriend. He is clearly talking about Lira, and Prince Elif immediately realizes it. But with everyone watching, Elif cannot reveal what he knows. After that, the magical owl approaches Lira. She chooses the dare, and the owl challenges her to kiss the person standing on her left. Unfortunately, Prince Elif is standing directly beside her. Lira immediately apologizes to everyone and chooses to take the penalty drink instead. But before she can drink it, both the Star Prince and Prince Elif step forward to drink it for her. Elif gets there first and drinks it himself, leaving everyone stunned. Cecilia quickly explains that Lira is actually Prince Elif's only student, which is why he cares about her so much. Even Elif is shocked by this explanation. But to protect Lira, he stays quiet and accepts that he is her teacher in front of everyone. However, Elif still plans to punish Lira for what happened, so he takes her somewhere private and is about to kiss her when Cecilia suddenly arrives. She almost catches them together, but Lyra quickly hides, preventing Cecilia from seeing her face, so she angrily leaves.
This isn't over.
Later, we meet Cecilia's father, the King of Greenwood. The moment he sees Lyra, something about her reminds him of his late wife, and he cannot understand why the girl looks so familiar. We then learn that the king's wife was actually a human, and they also had a daughter who died in an accident. After losing them, the king never married again because he loved his wife deeply. He later asks Prince Elif to marry Cecilia, but Elif firmly refuses, telling him that there is already someone else in his heart, so he cannot marry Cecilia. Hearing this, the king falls silent because he understands exactly what it means to love someone deeply. Later, Prince Elif and Lyra return home, but Lyra seems upset. When Elif asks what is wrong, she tells him that there is another girl in his heart, because that is what he told the king. Elif simply laughs and assures her that he loves only one woman, Lyra. The two move closer and begin kissing. But just then, Queen Elif walks in and catches them together, leaving her completely shocked. Lyra immediately apologizes, but when the queen remembers that her three grandchildren are on the way, her shock quickly turns into happiness. She happily blesses the couple before leaving them alone. Afterward, Prince Elif tells Lyra that she should stop thinking of their relationship as a contract marriage because he wants her to become his real wife and stay by his side. This time, Lyra finally agrees. And with that, the season comes to an end. See you in the next season. Keep liking and sharing.